Today on Let's Talk Shop, we will discuss adding wear resistance to HDD tooling using tungsten carbide hard facing or laser cladding. Tungsten carbide hard facing is the time-proven method of applying a carbide coating to extend the life of ground engaging tools. But there is a new process emerging, laser cladding. My name is Cody Meekum, Cutting Edge Product Manager at Vermeer. Today I'm joined with Brock Moore, Design Engineer, to discuss the two technologies a little more in depth. Brock, how are you today?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm hanging in there.
Good. Thank you for having me.
No problem, anytime. Can you provide a history on tungsten carbide hard facing for HDD tooling?
Tungsten carbide hard facing has been used in our drill bits, soft rock tooling, and housings to provide additional wear life to these components. You'll traditionally see it in passes along the edges of these parts where we are accustomed to seeing higher wear. To extend the life of these components is the goal of it.
What is laser cladding and how is it being used in HDD tooling?
Laser cladding is a process of using a high intensity laser to create a weld puddle on a piece of metal, in our case steel products, and then using a nozzle to deposit a powder of carbide onto these parts within that puddle. It is applied in a similar fashion as the tungsten carbide of weld passes.
What are the key differences between tungsten carbide hard facing and laser cladding?
The main difference is that visual thing you can see of the carbide being on top and in more chunks versus the powder being throughout consistently the weld puddle that is produced by the laser cladding process. You're going to get a bit smaller of a puddle or a strip of laser cladding compared to a tungsten carbide hard facing pass that is more similar to your traditional weld size, and a little bit less heat input out of the laser cladding process from that smaller side. So this can provide some advantages in parts that have thin wall sections or may be sensitive to heat in other aspects.
Okay. So how does the tungsten carbide process work?
The tungsten carbide process works similar to the MIG welding process. You are still depositing base material, leading to that buildup with the MIG wire, but you're also then using a nozzle and a hopper to drop in tungsten carbide bits as you're depositing that weld. A good comparison between the two processes would be donuts. So the tungsten carbide hard facing process would be similar to your sprinkled donut, where your sprinkles are the tungsten carbide in this case. They're going to be seen on top, similar to this bit we have in front of us. You're seeing the tungsten carbide, and that is adding your wear protection. In the laser cladding, it's like a glazed donut. The powder is less evident than the sprinkles on the donut, but it's still providing that wear protection you want, as seen on this conical tooth.
Are there any limitations to the laser cladding process?
The laser cladding process produces smaller weld size, so more passes have to be made to get the same width of protection, but you won't see a higher standoff like you would out of a tungsten carbide hard facing weld pass. We also are traditionally seeing, or commonly seeing, laser cladding used in sliding wear applications. Tungsten carbide hard facing is really good in impact situations, but laser cladding with the powder that is evenly spread through it has shown better performance in sliding wear applications.
Can you summarize the advantages of each process, tungsten carbide hard facing and laser cladding?
Laser cladding has its biggest advantages in heat input and sliding wear. Tungsten carbide hard facing is going to be great in impact wear and areas where a large buildup, a longer wear life is desired.
How do you see the processes used to add wear resistance and HDD tooling evolving over the next few years?
I see laser cladding being used in some areas where we traditionally have avoided adding hard facing due to our concerns around part integrity. But I still see tungsten carbide hard facing being used in the areas where it's tried and true. We have seen great results out of it, and it'll come with better performance, mainly in those impact wear situations. The sliding wear situations is where I really see laser cladding shining.
Well, thank you for being here today, Brock. I've certainly learned a lot.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime. For more information regarding laser cladding and laser clad HDD tooling, contact your local Vermeer dealer.